And before we start 1.3, let us move on to page number 17 of your textbook, which explains conditional statements. Okay, or I can call them the if-then statements. Now, if-then form statements are called conditional statements. How? Let us see. Whatever is followed after the word if, it is called antecedent. Okay, I am reading that page number 17 of your textbook. Okay, and whatever is followed after the word then, it is called consequent. What it is called? Consequent. Okay, for example, the example given is, consider the statement, the diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular bisectors of each other. This is a rhombus. Okay, you know the diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular bisectors. Now I want to convert this in if-then form. Okay, so how will I say this? If the quadrilateral is a rhombus, if the quadrilateral is a rhombus, then its diagonals are perpendicular bisectors of each other. Okay, this is called antecedent and consequent. Also, if they are interchanged, the if part, the antecedent goes here, the consequent goes here, then it is called the converse of the given statement. Okay, so let us start doing the exercise 1.3. okay, first one is, the opposite angles of a rectangle are congruent. Okay, how will I write it in if then form? If the quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then the opposite angles are congruent. Okay, then let us move on to second one, which says the diagonals of rectangle are congruent. Okay, so here the diagonals of a rectangle are congruent, so rectangle is important. If the quadrilateral is a rectangle, then the diagonals are congruent. Okay, then let us move on to third one. In an isosceles triangle, the segment joining the vertex and the midpoint of the base is perpendicular to the base. So in an isosceles triangle, let us understand this first. This is an isosceles triangle. Okay, say A, B, C, where AB and AC are congruent sides. So the BC is base as well as a non-congruent side. In an isosceles triangle, the segment joining the vertex and the midpoint of the base, let us say D is the midpoint of the base. Okay, so what will it be further? The segment joining the vertex and the midpoint of the base is perpendicular to the base, means it is 90 degree. So how will we put this in if then form, the conditional statement form? Very simple, we will write if the triangle is isosceles, if the triangle is isosceles, then the segment joining vertex of a triangle and midpoint of base is perpendicular to base. Okay, rest you can copy from the textbook the question. If the triangle is isosceles, then the whole thing you can just note down from the textbook. Okay, so let us see first one here. We have to write the converse of these statements. So I have written the question here, which says the alternate angles formed by two parallel lines and their transversal are congruent. Okay, so in the previous video, I think so you all have understood what are alternate angles, what is transversal, what are parallel lines. So here the alternate angles formed by two parallel lines and their transversal are congruent. So how will we write its converse? We'll write if alternate angles made by two lines and its transversal are congruent. Okay, so this will come first, are congruent, then the lines are parallel, then the lines are parallel. Okay, similarly here, if the pair of interior angles made by a transversal of two lines are supplementary, then the lines are parallel. Okay, you know what are interior angles. Now I'm not going to explain you that. So how will we put this? Then the lines are parallel. This will come first. So how will you write? If two parallel lines, see, converse means the consequent I am making antecedent. If two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, okay, the interior angles so formed are supplementary. Okay, then let us move on to third one. So third one says that the diagonals of a rectangle are congruent. Okay, so we will write if the diagonals of quadrilateral are congruent, then the quadrilateral is a rectangle. Okay, the quadrilateral is a rectangle. So with this we complete our practice at 1.3. We'll be soon coming with problems at 1. Goodbye children, keep practicing geometry. Good luck.